Welcome everybody! Got a treat for you today. A really intense, fairly dull actually, chord changing. Here's the chord. Look at this. Nice chord. Nice chord. Now the chord that was on this thing, look, I have never in my life, okay look, seen or come across, and I'm guessing it's vinyl. Watch this. Watch out, it might hurt. Whoop! A vinyl type-ish chord that is so darn stiff. It's unbelievable. Look at this. Boing! I mean, it hurts someone. This thing's so brutal, and this is just a dumb, fairly light fan.
Hey, Dolly.
That I pull the cord out and try to plug it in, twist it around and get it in the extension socket, and the fan's falling all over the place because the cord is so darn stiff. So we're ixnaying this cord, not this cord, that cord. And we're gonna open her up. I already took the screws out, they're right here. I don't want to bore you with the details of taking the screws out. And, oh, no wonder why it don't work. The fan's missing. Oh my lord. Actually no, it's right here. It was a little, it had some little rusty pockets on it, so I give it some anti-rust gimmick stuff, and that'll keep it happy. And it's out of the way, which is very nice. And let's see what we got here. So our cord comes in and runs. I'm surprised that they have it come in the bottom and make such a long run there. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop this apart and maybe come in. I don't really want to come in on the top on it because it's always going to sit somewhere where the cord's going to be out the back, up on the top, and then it's going to have to run down on the desk or wherever it's sitting or anything and come down anyway. So there's no kind of point. And look at how stiff. I mean, gee. Look at this. It's crazy. I mean, this is so stiff. I don't understand it. Honestly, the stiffest cord I've ever come across. By far. Like, it doesn't make any sense. In fact, it honestly looks like this same stuff. Almost identical, just a little shade of color difference. But look at this stuff. Like, watch this plug. That's the heavy end. It should go flinging, right? Like, oh... it barely moves. Now we'll see with this plug. Like, watch out. Boom! Like, you gotta be kidding me here. Boom! It's really crazy. I'm guessing it did that with time? I really can't tell you the honest to God's truth with that one. But let's see. We got a thermal cutout here, which is the thing that's labeled in like a hot pink or reddish orangish. Can't really tell what that is. This is a, looks like a thermostat type cutout here. That's just going to be, again, it's your bimetals. It's more opened up though, if you can see it inside there. It's more open. See her right there? Yeah, that guy. That one right there. See, you got the bimetal. It's making the connection now, and then once it gets too hot, it'll kick out. But this is the thermal fuse here. And I'm guessing, just by the way it looks, it's a one-shot fuse. Once it goes, it's done. And you got to replace it, or... yeah, replace it. It is the best option. Some thermal cutout fuses like that, actually, once they cool down, they'll reset themselves. Believe it or not. I'm trying to get, I do see 10 amp. It looks like kind of a guess with what I'm seeing and what makes sense. 105C. 119C maybe? Hard to tell. Oh, that's the ISD charger. That thing is working so good. I'm so happy with that now that I changed that. I didn't think that diode would make that big a difference, because I actually thought, but this is the problem I have with the memory issues, and which gets really confusing is I thought I was having them problems even before it started really acting up in that, but who knows. So changing that diode out definitely made it much better. Just gonna clip these ends off, get this out of the way. Wow, that's stiff too. Get this right clipped out of here. Now, I mean, they got bare wires running right up and along here. I guess as long as it's in the channel there, it should be safe as far as not needing any heat. Not heat shrink. Okay, I got you. I hear ya. Oh, I just gotta write that down quick because I will forget. The milliamp hours on that. I'm just checking the battery. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, let's get this stripped back, and I think I'll do that. I'll push my cord through and connect, wrap it around once. I don't like the wrap. I don't think I do. I think is what I'm going to do is actually do what I always do and use the zip ties. Put a zip tie on it, wrap it like 2, maybe 3 times, and then just cinch it really tight, and that'll give me the strain relief. That's all they're doing by wrapping it, is using it for strain relief. I think a zip tie looks better too, to be honest with you. Let me see if that's going to be small enough. What am I going to want to do? Solder that? I forgot about the soldering part. Because that's what I like to do, is solder. That way I got a really good connection. I guess that's the way to do it. Solder it up good. I'll keep them loose. How's it every time you guys catch me it's doing laundry? Alright, zip tie I need to get. I get my, I'd like these to actually end up in here so then they're flexible. If that channel's not wide enough, I can just trim that back and make the wires stuff down in there good. I don't think this will fit. Will let me get my other strippers that go to smaller sizes. Let's clip them. I want them in 2 different spots too. Clip this one here. That's that. And then this one, so that'll be a whole connection, will be like there. And then I can start this one like right here. As long as it doesn't make it to the end, it shouldn't. And I'll make sure I put some heat shrink down the side. Should have some here. Now some that's long enough, I hope. And that'll work. Pew. So pull this right out so we can get access. I'll just reslot them. How tight is that? Not very. Wish it was tighter. I'll live with it. Alright, let me get my pliers on it. I need the pliers, I just can't pull. Especially these tougher, stiffer wires. I don't get enough pull on it to strip it sometimes. Can't like get in there to get enough strength in my fingers. Sometimes, other times I'm fine with it. It's just, you never know. Right. Yeah, I didn't like having the rust on the propeller here of the fan. It, is that wobbling? That don't seem to be bad, does it? That's me wobbling it. No, that's good. Any rust on it, it just, over time they collect dust, especially up along the edges. And if you got like rust spots, it's just like a big pock mark that just catches even more rust on the thing. So, that's why I figured I'd get rid of it. Zippy tie, yay. trucka, 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 trucka. Alright, zippy tie. And the flux, I want the flux that flows the stuff. And I always can be more prepared. I definitely agree. Never prepared enough. At least the iron's quick and hot and it's on. Stay. Alright. So I'm going to want these at a different length then. Let me go with this one. I'm going to want trimmed to here. Now this one I should be able to strip. It's that tougher wire I have trouble with. There it goes. And it's a little more easy access. How's that look for lining up? Alright, don't want to forget these. I'm going to put them on right now so I don't. That's why I have trouble doing more complicated things, making a video out of it, because I just always seem to overlook like the simplest things that if I was really paying attention, I would have had them taken care of. So we'll do the inside one. Let me get this turned. This I can stuff right here for now. See if I can get you guys in to see this. Whoa, always the wrong way, of course. Right there. I think this one first. Try to feed them together. Try to. Sometimes that doesn't work. Oh, a lot of times it doesn't. That don't work. That way doesn't work for me, and I wish it did more because I actually like that the way the best. But as you see, I struggle. Just keeping my hands on it and getting it. And then on top of getting it to close up enough, should have used the other soldering iron. I got the heavier head on it. Get it to close up enough that I can get the heat shrink over it. Or I get barbs. Like, that's what I'm trying to get rid of right now. Little barb edges that aren't real nice. Alright, that one's pretty good. I'm going to wait for I pull it down over, because with it being hot, it's going to want to shrink the shrink tube, and it might do it where I don't want it, or kind of how I don't like it. Come on. I mean, it's a lot easier than I make it look. I'm telling you right now. I make it look painful sometimes. And it's really not. It's very... I thought I'd be able to easily get away with doing that. some flux to let the solder flow. You hear all the flux screaming off of it. Oh, let me turn up my temperature too. That would definitely help. Now, if that other wire was actual copper, pure copper like this wire was, that flux would have, or that solder would have really just flowed right into it, especially with good flux, which I think I have good flux, pretty good, at least. But with that being whatever it is, who knows what kind of... It's cheap, stiff wire, I know that. See, the back of this isn't very... Ain't nothing to brag about. Woo, it's hot. That one underneath is still hot. I'll make sure I get it. Part of that issue is using the wrong head. I should have used my bigger head on it. Tip. Come on. See that one little wire? I'll trim it off. You see the underside of this disaster.